The number one smart frugal habits of real millionaires. They meticulously track their spending. They meticulously keep track of how much money is coming in and going out. Now, it may not be to every single penny, but they have a good grasp of the important numbers. How much they spent on eating out last week, how much their housing cost them monthly, and even how much they spent on vacation last year. There's a famous quote that gets often attributed to the management expert Peter Drucker. What gets measured gets managed. What he was alluding to was that if we want to improve something, then we must first measure it. We must have a way to track its progress. Thus, if we want to build wealth, we must know how and where we're spending our money. How much to eating out, how much to rent, how much to gas. A fact that real millionaires understand really well. The foundational habit of meticulously tracking their spending. Now, if you're not doing this already, not a problem. Here are two simple ways to do this. One, if you're more of a DIY, do-it-yourself kind of a person, create a spreadsheet. Simply download all your transactions from your bank and credit card company and compile them into a simple spreadsheet and categorize them. Two, this is the method I prefer. Use an account aggregator. If you don't like the manual work of downloading and compiling all your transactions yourself, use an account aggregator. These days, there are tons of great apps and software like Empower, Monarch Money, and YNAB that makes this super easy as long as you connect all your accounts. Alright, but we can't just stop at tracking our expenses, which leads to a next smart frugal habit. The number two smart frugal habit of real millionaires. They constantly audit their spending. Information is useful to a point. However, the truth is that it is quite useless if it doesn't lead to action. Even the most important information is just meaningless words and numbers on paper unless we take progressive action with it. In my previous life as a soldier, we would often say that intelligence is only valuable when it is actionable. We could gather all the fancy satellite images of the enemy and collect every communication interception possible. However, if we didn't and couldn't take action with them, they were essentially useless. Thus, in this case with our money, we must leverage the information that we gathered, meticulously tracking our expenses. We have to use it to audit our spending. Are we spending too much of our income on eating out? Are there ways to reduce our utility bill? It seems like our transportation cost was a bit high last month. Why is that, and what can we do about it going forward? Smart frugal millionaires understand that keeping more money in our pocket requires proactive action. This is because in our fast-paced society, there are costs that are constantly being added to our budget, and often we don't even realize it. Just the other day, I noticed a $20 subscription charge for a video game I didn't recognize. At first, I thought it was a fraud. I mean, the last time I played video games was back in 1997. But out of curiosity, I did a quick email keyword search and found it was a subscription I added for my son a year ago. A game he quickly got bored of, so was no longer playing. Thankfully, I was able to catch it and get a refund because I was regularly auditing my spending. And I know, in the big scheme of things, $20 may not seem like much. But that $20, if multiplied by several accounts over several years, does add up. You earn wages only to put them in a purse with holes in it. In talking about purses with holes in them, do you know what is one of the most unknowing money drainers? Unnecessary bank fees. Which is why I highly recommend you check out SoFi and their checking and high yield savings account, who I'm partnering with for today's video. Not only does SoFi offer competitive rates, allowing you to earn more for your dollars, when you sign up and set up direct deposits, you can earn up to $300. Additionally, with SoFi, you have access to additional FDIC insurance up to $2 million. But that's not the best part. This is my personal favorite. You pay no account fees. Many traditional brick and mortar banks are known for their death by thousand cut strategy, essentially finding ways to charge their customers for every possible fee. Account fee, monthly fee, overdraft fee. Well, SoFi makes things super simple. No account fee, no overdraft fee, no minimum balance fee, no pesky monthly fee. Banking should not be complex. You are a busy individual. There are so many things you need to juggle as a busy professional. Your work, your team, your family. The last thing you should be spending your precious time on is constantly checking your account to see if you're meeting the minimum balance requirements so you can avoid account fees. Well, with SoFi, no more. It is a no-frill bank that gives you exactly what you need. So if you've been on the market for a great online bank, make sure to use my special link sofi.com/tay and check them out today. I'll also have the link in the description below. Alright, with that, let's get back to the video. The number 3 smart frugal habits of real millionaires. They're not afraid to negotiate. I spent the first 9 years of my life in a poor city in South Korea. Back then, South Korea was still a developing country, so it didn't have all the technological advancements or K-pop that it has today. One of the more vivid memories I have of my time there was visiting the open market with my mom. Not that dissimilar to the open farmers market we have in the States. Of course, the farmers market is much nicer. And in this chaotic open market, everything was up for negotiation. I remember my mom constantly negotiating with the vegetable lady, the meat guy, and even the underwear person. Can you do a little better? Can you give me a bit more? Come on, that is too much. Give me a discount. And this wasn't because my mom loved to negotiate. No, it was because she had to. Thus, I grew up with the idea that negotiating was for the poor. We had to negotiate because we couldn't afford the full price. If you were rich, you wouldn't need to negotiate. You just pay the asking price and move on. However, the truth is that smart individuals, frugal millionaires, love negotiating. They see good negotiation as a natural part of doing business, maximizing their dollars and growing their net worth. They understand that every dollar saved is a dollar that can be invested, reinvested, or put to better use. Whether it's negotiating a lower price on a car, asking for better terms on a business deal, or even requesting a discount on a new pair of underwear. Well, maybe for that you can just pay the full price, but you get the point. Bottom line, don't think of negotiating as just for the poor like I did. It can and does build wealth. Alright, in talking about negotiation, what is another key habit that goes along well with it? The number 4 smart frugal habits of real millionaires. They're not afraid to walk away. They're not afraid to walk away if the price or the terms are not right. Again, similar to my misunderstanding of negotiation, I thought truly wealthy people didn't walk away from things. That was what poor people did because they couldn't afford it. However, I realize now after getting some experience under my belt that truly wealthy individuals, smart frugal millionaires, are always willing to walk away from deals. And they do it gladly and confidently. They don't get pressured by the stubborn salesperson. They don't feel the need to buy it now before the deal runs out. They don't get pressured by FOMO, fear of missing out, or JOMO, joy of missing out. If the deal doesn't 100% align with what they want, they're more than happy to walk away. And it's not because they're cheap or stingy. No, most are more than happy to pay. The key is the price has to align with the value that they're receiving. And over the long run, they understand that even if one deal doesn't work out, it is not a big deal because a better opportunity will eventually come along. The mindset of abundance, not scarcity. The number 5 smart frugal habits of real millionaires. They practice the buy once, buy well principle. As stated earlier, smart frugal millionaires are focused on getting the maximum value with every dollar they spend. Thus, when it comes to buying, they're ruthless about buying the highest quality. They want the product to last as long as possible because they understand that will not only save them time, minimizing the frequent replacement, it will save them money over the long run. A great company that embodies this principle of quality over quantity is Patagonia. Yvon Chouinard, the company's founder and a lifelong environmentalist, built Patagonia around the idea that customers should buy fewer but better products. Instead of making cheap, disposable clothing, Patagonia produces high-quality, durable gear designed to last for decades. To reinforce this philosophy, Patagonia even offers free repairs to customers, encouraging them to fix their jackets and backpacks instead of replacing them. So next time you're out shopping, remember this lesson. Sometimes that high upfront cost on a premium product may seem like over the top, but if it can last you for the next 10 years, it might actually be a better financial move compared to buying a cheaper quality product that needs to be replaced in 6 months. The number 6 smart frugal habits of real millionaires. They practice the smart home habit. And no, I'm not talking about rigging our home with the smartest home devices known to man. I'm talking about living in a home that most optimally meets our needs, enough to be comfortable and content, but nothing more. That is practicing smart home habits. When we watch enough media, it's easy to believe that all the rich, all the wealthy live in these ridiculously large homes, with 19 rooms, 27 bathrooms, an Olympic-sized swimming pool, plus a tennis court, and you can't forget about the private movie theater, bowling alley, and 6-car garage filled with exotic sports cars. But in reality, most self-made millionaires choose to live in modest, practical homes that just suit their needs, nothing more. Take Warren Buffett for example. Despite being one of the richest men in the world, worth approximately $150 billion at the time of this video, he still lives in the same house in Omaha, Nebraska that he bought in 1958 for $31,000. About $330,000 in today's dollars. And no, it doesn't have 20 rooms and 18 bathrooms. It has 5 bedrooms and 2.5 bathrooms. And to be honest, probably slightly more than what he needs at his stage of life. Warren Buffett can buy whatever he wants. It could have 100 rooms, a private golf course, and a man-made lake if he wanted. But he knows that is a waste. And that is not smart. Bigger homes not only come with bigger costs, high property taxes, higher maintenance costs, and bigger utility bills, they could end up owning your life with this endless list of upkeep tasks. Be smart, be frugal, be wealthy. A good home should support your life, not dictate your financial future. The number 7 smart frugal habits of real millionaires. In line with a smart home habit, they practice smart car habits. And I'm not talking about a smart car that talks like Kit from the TV show Knight Rider. I'm talking about driving just enough car to take us from point A to B safely, but nothing more. The smart, frugal, wealthy millionaire understands that a car is a tool, not a status symbol. Instead of wasting money on luxury brands or latest models, they prioritize reliability, fuel efficiency, and long-term value. Sam Walton, the founder of Walmart, drove an old Ford 150 pickup truck despite being one of the richest men in America. When asked why he didn't upgrade to a better vehicle, he simply replied, "What am I supposed to haul my dogs around in? A Rolls Royce?" Smart millionaires know that a car starts losing value the moment it leaves a dealership. Thus, instead of buying a brand new luxury car, they often buy used or keep their cars for years to avoid rapid depreciation. Paying cash instead of financing with high interest loans. Prioritize function over flash, choosing reliability and fuel efficiency over unnecessary luxury. The lesson? A car is a depreciating asset, not an investment. Drive something that is reliable, safe, and affordable. Then use the money you save to invest in things that actually build wealth. What you see in neighbor's driveway is indicative of his or her standard of living, but it has nothing to do with either his or her wealth, or more important, his or her income generating ability. Before we go into the next frugal habit, a quick interruption to let you know that I compile all the points that I'm covering in this video in a simple to digest free PDF. If you go to the link I'll have in the description below, you can download a summary that lays out all the frugal habits that we've reviewed so far. My small gift to you, so you have something to remember me by. So don't forget to download this free PDF from the link I'll have in the description below. Alright, with that, let's get back to the video. The number 8 smart frugal habits of real millionaires. They practice smart travel habits. I'm a big proponent of traveling. I believe we all need to spend some time seeing and experiencing different parts of the world. For me personally, traveling has not only expanded my mind, but stretched me in ways that wouldn't have been possible if I didn't come out of my comfort zone. But traveling can be expensive, especially if we're not smart about it. So here are some smart travel habits practiced by real frugal millionaires. 1. Learn travel hacking. Travel hacking is simply using the benefit from travel credit cards to minimize travel cost. For example, by strategically leveraging credit card benefits, my family and I have been not only able to fly for free, but stay at hotels completely free, access lounges while we're at the airport, and even get TSA pre and clear cost subsidized by credit card companies. 2. Plan ahead. Last minute bookings are a sure way to overspend. Instead, plan your trips months in advance. Not only are you able to get better deals for housing and transportation, it is so much less stressful to have all the big pieces worked out ahead of time. 3. Consider off-peak travel. Flights, hotels, and attractions are often significantly cheaper when demand is lower. Additionally, you get to avoid the overwhelming tourist traffic that often comes with peak seasons. The number 9 smart frugal habits of real millionaires. In line with smart travel, they practice smart wardrobe. And no, I'm not talking about wearing high-tech, self-cleansing clothes. Smart wardrobe habits means buying practical, high-quality clothing that works and in the long run, financially optimal. Here are a few traits of a smart wardrobe. 1. Simplicity. Many frugal millionaires embrace a minimalist approach to fashion. Not because they can't afford luxury brands, but because they recognize simplicity saves both time and money. I doubt Steve Jobs was doing this to save money, but his wardrobe is a great example of simplicity. Steve Jobs stuck to his black turtleneck, jeans, and sneakers, showcasing that a simple wardrobe can not only be ridiculously practical, but stylish. 2. Quality. Rather than chasing fast fashion, as mentioned earlier, they invest in high-quality durable pieces that stand the test of time. Instead of buying 10 cheap shirts that shrink and fade after a few washes, they'll invest in a few well-made ones that last for years. 3. Interchangeability. Owning a small but a versatile collection of neutral color well-fitting clothes that can be easily mixed and matched. This not only makes shopping easy, but minimizes overthinking. Now, if you love fashion and this is one of your splurges, please take what I say with a grain of salt. You don't want to be taking fashion advice from a man who wears the same navy blue polo shirt in every one of his videos. However, I hope you can appreciate some value from these timeless principles of simplicity, quality, and interchangeability in helping you make better shopping decisions. The number 10 smart frugal habits of real millionaires. Practice smart gifts. It's estimated that an average person spends up to $1,000 every year on gifts. That is quite a bit of change just on gifts. Now, I'm a big proponent of showing appreciation. I think it's important to express to people in our lives how much we care for and appreciate them. However, that doesn't mean that buying gifts is the only way to do it. Gary Chapman talks about in his book, The 5 Love Languages, how we all give and receive love in 5 different ways. Words of affirmation, acts of service, quality time, physical touch, and number 5, gift giving. That's right, there are other ways to show love apart from gift giving. And I too used to believe that buying and giving gifts was the only way to express love. And this is because the consumer-centric marketing machine does such a great job in perpetuating this myth. They need people to buy their things. However, don't let the marketing machine dictate how you express love. If we genuinely want to express love to our family and friends, it actually serves them better to find out if they actually like receiving gifts. And most often you'd be surprised to find that gift might not be on the top of their list. The best gift that your family might want from you is quality time with you. You just don't know until you ask. And the way I look at it, when you practice smart gifting, it is a win-win for everyone, because not only are you providing exactly what the other party wants, you get to save your hard-earned dollars. If that's not a win-win, I don't know what is. The number 11 smart frugal habits of real millionaires. Practice smart souvenirs. Who's not guilty of bringing souvenirs? I genuinely thought this was what I had to do whenever I visited new places. I mean, why would they have so many cool items at the souvenir shops? It's there so we can buy them and show them off to our family and friends, right? But are souvenirs really worth it? Do you really extract a lot of joy from looking at them? Now, if they're more practical items and you really are getting value from them, please go right ahead. However, don't just buy them because of social or marketing pressure. If you're not getting value from cheap souvenirs, save your hard-earned money and practice smart souvenir strategy. Create a database of memories with pictures and videos. Or spend that money on some amazing food that you cannot get at home. Then make sure to take a picture of it so you can remind your family of all the cool food that you bought them next time they start complaining about never going anywhere. The number 12 smart frugal habits of real millionaires. Splurge occasionally. Just because you don't spend money on a big home, fancy car, or even nice souvenirs, that doesn't mean you can't have any fun with your money. You can. Just do it smartly and occasionally. Frugality gets a bad rep because people automatically associate it with miserable and painful living. We conjure up images of eating beans and rice all day long and wearing the same shirt every day. While some of that may be true, for me, frugality isn't about deprivation, but rather about prioritization. We practice frugal spending habits so we can have more choices in our lives, not less. So if you're practicing frugal spending habits well, splurge on things that matter to you. Use frugality as a means to live a life of choice. Thank you guys for watching the theme of splurging. If you want to learn how to spend more for maximum life fulfillment, please check out my video here. Until next time, all the best.